So, I was talking to a friend the other day, and we were just going over the things that happened in the last few months, and it just kind of hit me that I've actually not really posted a video on my YouTube channel in a while. I know no one really watches my videos at all besides just like a few of my friends, and that is exactly why I felt the need today to just update it, for sure. Now, this event happened a few months ago, but still somewhat prevalent. I do see it around my college here and there. Oh, what is that you mean? What do you mean by that, Milkman? Well, it's actually simple. Remember that video I made a few months ago about like autistic girls on the spectrum and all the whatnots? You know what I'm saying, man? Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I actually ended up getting a date with a girl with autism during that time period, bro. Yeah, man. Which is kind of really weird to say, cause I made that video as kind of like a joke, but as time progressed, I kind of realized I think I actually just literally do have a preference for women with autism, bro. And yeah, though this chick also had like ADHD, so she was like hyper about it. But like enough about like this little off-screen play. I just want to kind of like get into it really quick. Just like give an update for the homies that are like ask me about it. In my life. So, oh shit, I'm a little sick, as you can probably hear from my nose. It's just been like congested as fuck. I don't know what it is. It's been like this for like for actually like I'd say like 2 years now. If I sleep on my side, like one sinus gets blocked, I go to the other side, I switch over to the other side, bro. Other side of the bed, other side of my body. That also gets blocked too, man. But hey, enough about that. Enough about that. Let's go. I just said this literally twice. I keep doing this shit. I'm too excited because during that time period, I was fucking crying my ass off, bro. That shit was depressing. But now I can like just talk about it, just kind of with a smile on my face a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on my college campus, right? I'm like, damn, bro, I need to get a girlfriend, bro. And I'm just looking around, bro, looking around for the shotties, bro, for the fine ladies in my area, bro. I see like this I see this alternative girl. She doesn't have like any piercings or anything. She's actually more on like the like just the dyed hair color, but it was like highlighted. So she was like on stage one of becoming like a true alt girl. And I was like, shit, bro, I gotta invest. I'm like Jeff Bezos, bro. I'm trying to capitalize on it. Wait, that's not Jeff Bezos. It's like the famous investor guy. What was his name? What was his name? Like Warren Buffett. Yeah. Warren Buffett. I was like Warren Buffett, but for alternative woman, bro. That was me for real, bro. And like I see her, I approach her. I'm like, wait a second, Shotty. I saw you last week. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I saw you. You're the one that was advertising for like that literature group." I was like, "Yeah, yeah. I'm the president of that group. I love doing a service for my community. I love seeing art, seeing expression in people. There's a lot about words. It's the expression. It's so every word that you put down on paper is literally a mirror and reflection of yourself, and that's truth. I mean that like dead ass. I really am passionate about that, and I think she felt it, bro. She was like, yeah, yeah, this guy's kind of cool. I was like, hell yeah, I know I'm cool. I know I'm cool. Ain't nothing. Say less. Say less. I'm like, can I get your number though? Maybe I could contact you about. We can talk about it a little bit. And she's like, you know what? Yeah. She gives me her number. I'm like, hey, bet. Expect a call tonight. I didn't call her tonight, bro, because you know the rule. You gotta wait like one day and then you call her. If you call her the same day, bro, you're just gonna be every other nigga, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck 50 with you, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck 50 with you, bro. So, I be talking to her like a week after this. I meet up with her on college campus. I'm already planning out a day. I already got something planned for her, bro. There's a place nearby, a little place I want to check out, and I haven't been there. I heard some reviews from a friend of mine. I'm like, all right, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. That's what we gonna do. But in the meantime, I'm trying to learn about her too. I'm trying to make sure I'm like getting into the right thing. I find out this chick has a ADHD, right, and all this other stuff. She also invites me to come with her to a club about like disabilities too. So I'm like, all right, I bet. Say less. I'm gonna check this out too. I actually attend the first meeting with her too. The people, they were all chill. They were actually really nice people. I'm surprised I never even attended this meeting, bro. Low key, I have like a partial disability too, so like it was actually like meeting people with similar things to me. Like most of them, you could even tell they had a disability too. So it's like, oh shit, this is actually a pretty nice place. This is pretty chill. This is pretty chill. This chick, she has like multiple things. You would never like notice by looking at her, but like apparently like she's seizure prone. Like she got like a head injury when she was like a baby or some kid. Maybe like fucking dad dropped her. I don't fucking know. But anyway, she's prone to getting seizures. She has ADHD and she's autistic. But like she's like on the high functioning side of it. Like in my previous video, I explained that. So like it's nothing like really bad per se at all. So I mean, like she's chill. She's chill on that side, I guess. So it's not too. But the thing that really was important was the ADHD for sure. Because here's the thing, I actually ended up reading a whole entire book on ADHD, bro, while I was dating this chick, right? Like I was really trying to like understand it because when she told me about it, I was like, oh, I mean, like yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I thought ADHD was like ABCs because I'm a dumbass, you know not like ABCs, but in terms of its simplicity. Like I thought it was like a really like lightweight thing. Like oh, you just have like trouble focusing sometimes. But that's literally what it was. And then you take Adderall to like literally like well what take it was it what is it? It's basically like the D word. It's the DRUG. That's basically what it was, and you'd focus way better, and that was it. Like I knew other people with ADHD, and they were like pretty chill people, so I was like, oh, okay, so it's just like that, So what? You take Adderall here and there to stay focused and whatnot. That's cool as long as I get one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So at this point, I kind of wanted to make it official. So I was like, yo, I really made sure. I was like, yo, actually, I want to date you, like Shotty. I want to date you, Shotty. Like I want you to like be mine for real. And and she takes it pretty well. She's like, "Oh my God, this guy, he asked me out," to all her friends in the hallway, bro. She was groups of people would be by that I recognize. She'd be like, "Hey, hey, 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 this guy, he asked me out, bro." I was man, bro, I was blushing, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I was genuinely blushing a bit because I was taken off back, like, damn, this girl really fucks with me like that, man. Damn, I must be some sort of Casanova, bro, for her to be reacting like this, bro. Damn. Like, bro, like, my heart was low-key skipping a beat. I was fluttering like a little girl, bro. I was like the movie protagonist, bro. I was losing my stoic frame, bro, because I was low-key blushing, bro. Like for real. And it was like, man, I think about that. I think back on that. I'm like genuinely smiling ear to ear, regardless of whatever happened. Like that was a good feeling. Now, like, can you imagine that? It was a good feeling. But enough of it. Let me not get distracted on that. Let me not get distracted on that. Let me get distracted on that. So we move forward from that part. She like tells everyone. So all my friends, like me, in our mutual group, because we apparently I didn't even realize it, but we kind of had like mutual friends already. I also introduced her to some of my friends, and she just tells them again like, "Oh, this guy asked me out. I really like this guy. He asked me out. He asked me out." So yeah, so during that time period, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I felt like this girl liked me enough that I didn't have to try as hard. You know what I mean? In the sense that like I could just like maybe speed things up a little bit. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat. That's the first thing you never want to do. If you ever get into a relationship with anyone, you don't want to speed through things. I was trying to speed run that shit, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was really trying to just speed run it low key because I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I was trying to get me a little, just get me a little bit. I am. Lust is a massive thing that you should always try to overcome. I genuinely mean that though, for real. It's really bad. You really always want to overcome it. It's going to always ruin things. Anyway, to get back to the story. So with the disability awareness, we're actually planning out a little like event with that club. So we got all these people interested in there. It's a whole music related thing. It's about like deaf people, like on the I forgot what it was specifically because this was a while ago now, but it was obtained to like the sensory. So like it was for people who could hear but not hear that well. So it was like you really had to put on headphones to get it. Like hearing aids, basically, if that makes sense. It was like hearing aids, except they were just headphones, and it was like to simulate the same experience as if you were wearing hearing aids. It was that, or it was gonna be like a carnival like beer goggle thing. But ultimately, people are like, "Hey, nah, let's just do the dance. It's just gonna be easy." And honestly, let's be real, it was gonna be easier to set that shit up. Like, can you imagine coming out at like fucking like 7 p.m. Just go fucking put on some beer goggles, spend $20 to do that shit, and then go home? Like, that's just a fucking waste of time, bro. So like, I actually looking back on it, I'm like, yeah, that was a smart play to do. That was definitely a smart play to do. So that's coming up in like 2 weeks. So I'm like, I bet. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna try and get a date set up with her now. So I'm talking to her about it. I'm like, yo, I know this little. Remember, like I said earlier, I know this little cafe that opened up. You trying to go there with me for real? And she's like, you know what? Yeah, let's go do it. Let's go do it. So like, it's kind of awkward because like I'm trying to get the logistics with it, right? And like I just find out because she starts telling me like, oh, by the way, like, my I have like a, my dad's kind of strict. My parents are a little bit strict. I'm like, so sometimes I can't be doing that. I'm like, okay, but she said, oh, I'll be free. I'll be free for all day that day. So I'm like, okay, yeah, man, we can spend our time here. Spend our time. Great. I should also note this chick lives like an hour away from campus, and that's like going through like a highway. Yeah, it's like through the highway. I think there's another route too. It's also like basically an hour as well, but like just a little like an hour and like 2 minutes. But it's fucking an hour anyway. I don't even know why I'm making like even a statement regarding that. But yeah, there's that aspect as well. And then it just comes to going to that cafe next week, which we end up doing. The thing is, I had to plan around that because it's not like I wanted her to be like, yo, you're gonna come to this cafe that's like 5 minutes from my house, but 1 hour from where you live, versus, hey, right after our classes, we just go over here real quick. You know what I'm saying? This was, of course, on a Tuesday, which is when I had my little like magazine meetings, bro. Because like I have to like literally low key get submissions for it, so I gotta like engage with the students, and like it was good social proof, bro. She saw me as like a leader, bro, and I was like talking to all these people front row, bro. So like I'm just telling you, bro, my image was pretty fucking strong at that point, bro. Like I had the leadership going for me, man. I had just general aura there. Like if I should have spent a little bit more time with it, low key. I could have like let it boil, marinate a little bit more, and then like pounced on it. But like because she was like so into me, like seemingly, I was like, I mean, like it's aight, it's aight, So going back, we go to the date, right? And like I'm checking my phone. I'm opening that shit. I'm just like, man, I never actually really been to this spot before. I just heard about it from a friend. He's in the army, so I'm like. He said he went there with like a bunch of his army friends. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm gonna see like maybe some army people there. He said the food's good though, so I'm like, I bet, I'm gonna do this, bro. I'm gonna do this, bro. So I go in. This like the short lady's just like waving at us, and she's like, hey, what's up? Oh my, I fucking keep skipping. I keep skipping like a minute ahead in the story. She, I shouldn't mention. I didn't drive her there or anything like that. She had to drive separately because right after that she had to leave. I just want to make that clear. So like, I offered to take her like in my car, but like, she apparently has like a rule where she's not allowed to do that at all. So I'm like, oh, I mean, that's fine. Chill. Let's chill. So like, I'm chill with that. I mean, like maybe I could have just asked her to take me low key, but that's not what the fuck type of man does that shit, bro. I have a fucking car. Why the fuck would I ask a girl to, oh, can you like drive me here? I I I had that with a girl previously who would like literally drive me everywhere, bro, low key, and that girl never liked me back. So I thought of it as like a lesson learned. I'm gonna have my own car, and if I have my own car, I'm gonna drive myself or offer to drive the girl, and never the other way around. And I let that be the rule since then. And, I mean, I'd say in other aspects besides this girl I'm talking about now, it's worked pretty well. But back to this girl in specific, right? we're at the cafe. You know, we sit down after the waitress, you know, helps us in, gets us a table. She tells us what we want. I'm like, let me get some water. She's like, I'm gonna get a soda. There's like a sketchiest, like the fucking sketchiest ATM I've ever fucking seen in my life. Like it's in the corner. Just imagine it's like cushy 90s like esque cafe looking area, right? With like red seats and shit maybe. And like you just see like an ATM, right? Like super modern looking too. In the corner, the fucking like where you put your where you like get your credit card out, you stick that shit in. It looks like it's coming off the machine. Like it literally looks like someone like literally pulled one of those like skimmers on there. Like it was like fucking broken. Like you know, you go to a gas station sometimes you see like a sticker on it's like us protection. It says like protection on it. And it's like on multiple edges, so like you know people were like ripping that shit out there, bro. Nah, bro, that shit looked like someone jagged that shit out and like put a skimmer in there, bro. And I'm like, yo, yeah, don't put your like credit card in there. And she's like, nah, it's trustworthy, it's trustworthy. And then she casually just mentions that she's done this before, and she's also actually in fact gotten her information stolen, which I just found kind of to be pretty funny because it's like clearly there was a lesson to be learned last time, right? Anyway, uh, it seems to work just fine, and she was able to take out some money. She got like $1 less than what she requested from the machine. So I mean, like, I'm telling you, bro, these fucking ATMs, he's scamming people a little bit, bro. That's sketchy as fuck. I do that shit was sketchy, bro. I knew it was sketchy. Anyway, she gets $1 less, but it's just enough to get a soda. And she asks the lady for a soda. It's like apparently it was only cash only. But then the lady's like, "Oh, actually, you have to go to the other side of the cafe to get what you want." And then I didn't even realize it because I was sitting in a way like to my back, but I moved seats around so I could like get a good view of the whole entire cafe because when we went in there, there was fucking no one in there. Now, like, I could have just started off with that fact, but I just thought it would be better to hold that in. There was literally no one there besides like a old couple, and they were just talking, and they left like shortly after we came in. So there was like really no one else here. It was like pretty unpopular. And then to get soda, you had to go to the other side of the establishment where there was a bar surrounded by a pane of glass. And then as I got up from my chair and moved to the other side so I can get a better view, I realized there's like 20 bikers in like the bar area that's like covered like blocking us with the pane of glass. Like just that's just that between us. And it's just like, what the fuck? I'm looking and there's just a bunch of dudes just kind of low key staring at me, bro. I'm like, ah. And I'm a black guy with a white chick too, so it's a bit iffy. And she's like, "Hey, do you want to like go?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." See, like I watched, the fear is kind of in me that like I kind of don't want to be like a petite, scrawny black dude in a room full of like a bunch of like biker white guys, bro. Like I know the stereotype about them, like maybe kissing each other and stuff like that. So they're probably not gonna do anything to me unless something else was the case. Like I'm not like prime target for that though, but you get the point. Anyway, she's like, "Did you want to get it?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. Straight. I'm straight." Cause I didn't even want soda. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want soda that badly, bro. Like I don't like want it that much. But looking back on it, I probably should have just said yes and then just like go do that because I kind of looked like a bitch. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I looked like a bitch doing that shit. So she goes anyway, and she goes to get the soda for herself. I'm just kind of just like chilling there, sitting down. I'm just kind of like on my phone. I'm like, shit, what the fuck do I say? Like, I'm looking at trying to look up advice for like the state because I'm gonna be real with you guys. That was actually my first date ever. This is my first time dating. Like, I've dated a few girls past this point, like from then to now, but this here was like my first date ever. So like, I generally was just kind of nervous because like I had the charisma, like people skills through like leadership for like the leadership roles, but I had leadership from the leader. Oh my god, I had my video just cut out there. I'm so sorry. I had leadership skills from like my leadership roles, but when it came to actually like you know doing like date romantic stuff, physical stuff, like touching people, I was just never good at that, man. Like I'm not even gonna lie, I was never really like that guy per se. So I didn't really know what to fucking do with that. I was really trying to like figure that out at the time. I gotta break the touch barrier and everything. So yeah. So she comes back with her soda, and like I'm just trying to like just like make it like better. But like my fucking questions, I was using the communication method called Ford, which is family, occupation, recreational, and dreams. Basically some old man shit because like I felt so fucking boring. Like unironically, I felt like a fucking like ugly fucking chud with my fucking choice of conversations. I'm like, hey, so like, how's your family? Like, you have a sibling? Oh, I mean that's cool. Oh, you have a dad? That's cool too, I guess. I don't have a dad. Oh, you have a mom too? Oh, yeah, I have a mom. Yeah, we got something in common there. Yeah. So like that's basically what we're having a conversation about. Basically, it's just kind of like, man, I feel like I have better questions than this, man. So I go down the list of Ford, and it's like, okay, occupation. I'm asking her about her job. She's like, oh yeah, I work at like a Waffle House, but like I'm trying to get a better job than that. I'm like, oh, you be fighting people, and that was probably the only funny thing I said the whole entire time, bro. Like I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, oh, you be throwing, you be blocking them chairs and shit, for real, for real. And yeah, you really just that stuff. Recreational. What was it? I don't remember. She said, I think she said she was just like genuinely just too busy, but she likes doing like art and like watching like the same movies I watch. So I mean, there was something like that, and I couldn't really talk that much about the same movies I watched in terms of recreational because low key I was kind of larping. She was talking about like How to Train Your Dragon. I'm a kid you not. I've only watched like the first movie. Like, if I were to discuss like How to Train Your Dragon 2 or 3, I literally would just be LARPing at that point because I don't know, bro. She'd like do like all the dragons and shit. I'm just like, yeah. Tell me more about it actually, because that's all I could do. That's something you can do in that type of situation. Just like, oh, take like the role of the student and then let her be the teacher and teach you stuff. Like that's something you can do, and it's a valid strategy that does work. So for the most part, I was just letting her do that and like teach me how to do that and understand the movie. So I mean, there was that going for me, and all of a sudden she's like, "Oh, I have to go." I'm like, wait. I'm like, what? Wait, what the fuck do you mean you have to go? I, I thought this whole day was free, and she's like, "Oh no, I have a curfew." It's like, man, I felt like maybe she was doing this because she just wanted to leave. But the thing is, like I just said, like the whole train drag, she was in the middle of explaining this to me, and she just randomly just like cuts herself off entirely. Just oh, I have to go. She looked at her phone and immediately just said that. And I mean, I actually do believe her that she had a curfew because I would find out later that she did in fact have a curfew. She just never told me that, I guess. So I was just bewildered by that, and I was like, oh, okay. It's a good thing because low key, I was eating a horseradish sandwich and I could barely fucking speak. Like, I can handle spicy food really well. It's just when I eat horseradish, it's not spicy to me. It just makes it so like my nostrils are like on fire. Like I can't breathe out my fucking nose. And if I can't breathe out my nose and I'm eating spicy or like there's something in my mouth that's also just like preventing me from being able to speak normally. Like I was holding in my breath, my nose would still be on fire basically. Like I can like kind of hold your breath while eating and can't taste anything. It was like that. So I literally just couldn't fucking speak like as long as I had like any bite of that sandwich in my mouth. So it was easy to have her speak if you ever did the 80 to 20% rule, which I actually don't recommend using. I've kind of found that method to be kind of ass. The 80 to 20% rule is like 80% of the talking that ever occurs has to be from her. 20% is you just giving input. Honestly, nowadays I'd say 65-35% works way better because it's 65% of her talking, 35% of you talking, and that 30 extra 15% is gonna be like you like maybe teasing her a little bit, or like you make a response like, "Oh, she's like, oh, my sister's like crazy," and your response would be like, "Oh, for real? Yeah, I can relate to that. I got a crazy sibling too. Anyway, tell me more about that." And then build curiosity with that and get more of an opportunity to speak, so she actually learns about you rather than it just being completely just her. Anyway, yeah, I get the bill. I pay for that shit, obviously, because I'm a man, bro. What the fuck you talking about? I'm not gonna make a woman pay for my meal. Fuck that. Even though she paid for the soda. Anyway, we walk outside. And, I get a hug, bro. I mean, I didn't get a kiss, but it's like the first date. I'm starting to get the vibe that this girl might be a bit more of like a purist traditional chick, because I checked her Instagram and she's like her like she's like kind of like Catholic-esque in the sense of like more devotion, which is weird because she gave me alt girl vibes. Like, remember like the highlights in her hair, and she was wearing a choker during this too. So I was like, oh, okay, man, yeah. But then like, uh, considering that I parked next to her car, I could see her on my way out. So I'm like, I'm getting ready to like dip and shit, and like I'm just getting like some music playing, and she leaves before me. But before she leaves, I see her like unbuckle her fucking like choker, bro. And she's like takes that shit off and she like puts it down. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh man, oh type shit. She was wearing that for me. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So like, I go home, bro. After that, she leaves and then I leave, bro. Like the next time I see her, low key, I kind of ask her about it. I'm like, yo, you should like, wear that choker more often. And she's like, oh no, my parents, they would fucking kill me if I wore that at home. So I always make sure I take it off before I go home, and it just kind of hits me like, oh no, I guess she didn't wear that for me. I guess she just wears it because she's not allowed to wear it at home, but she likes to wear it for like fashion purposes, and that's fine. That's fine. It was a weird guess. Like, it was a weird guess anyway. Fuck man, fuck it, I didn't make that fucking sound, but yeah. Now we move on to that dance, the silent disco from previously. So yeah, I buy tickets to this event obviously because I'm also helping plan it. So technically, I get free admission anyway. We both are members, so we both got free admission. But the money was just to really just donate to the club because I like the club, man. I like the club. It's nice. It's nice. And me and the girl are still texting each other, right? I just low-key almost name dropped her, but like pretend you didn't hear that, right? I'm not gonna edit that because I'm too fucking lazy. No one's gonna watch this anyway, besides some of my friends who already know her name. Anyway, uh, bro, I really just almost said that shit. Fuck. Anyway. Time leading up to that event, which would be the next week from this event now, from this date now, is we're just be talking like on the phone and stuff like that. We're seeing, cute little texts here and there. I'm like, I can't wait to see you in like your, what you're gonna wear there. She's like, says the same thing to me. It's like a costume party, so like we weren't gonna do matching costumes. I already knew what I was gonna wear because like I'm not really trying to spend money on a whole ass costume, whole ass cosplay, unless I'm like dressing as Echo from Arcane, but that's not for the future, till the future, right? So that's delayed. And then meanwhile, I'm just putting on like my calm, eyes wide shut Stanley Kubrick fit, bro. My ass was dressed as the fucking cardinal, bro. The fucking grand priest, the wizard. Okay, no, I was dressed as the red guy. I actually haven't watched Eyes Wide Shut in a minute. I haven't. I think basically I was dressed as the Red Cloak. To be more specific with you, I was the Red Cloak. So yeah, that's who I was. Oh my goodness gracious, bro! I am losing my breath so much, man. Speaking right now, but I'm having a fun time. So yeah, we be talking, we be texting, bro. Things are going well. I'm like, shit, man. I might, I might. I might get a little lucky at the end of this day, bro. I'm not saying like anything like really, really, really sexual, but maybe like a kiss, man. I have a mindset where I'm always like I will get something and win at the end of the day. It's not necessarily transactional. It's more like a mindset for myself that I will like basically you think that you're gonna get the trophy, so you like unconsciously work harder to reach the trophy, basically stuff like that. If that makes sense. So yeah. So I bought the ticket, so like obviously there's also the financial investment too that like we're gonna have a good time, and she's gonna know, hey, this guy bought me a ticket, so like maybe we'll like this guy cares about me. We're gonna like dance more together, stuff like that. So day of the event comes up. I pull up in my car. I don't pick her up or anything. I have a friend that lives close to where she does, so they just take a carpool basically for that whole hour drive there. So they're there too, right? So my homie's there, and she's pretty chill too. I'll talk about her in a moment, but like I'm helping set up because I'm one of the core members. I get there early. I do my part. Do my part. Uh, the girl, I'm currently dating at the time. She's not really helping out, to be honest. She's there, but she's not necessarily helping. Nothing wrong with that, I guess. Actually, no, there is a little bit wrong with that. I mean, you would think that she would be helping. I think she like blew like a balloon, and that was just kind of it. And we were just going through it, really. But I was like, nah, it don't matter because I'm gonna get something, bro. I'm gonna get something. That was my mindset, nigga. And I'm, DJ gets there. I put in like 20 fucking songs, and I'm kind of just like looking around. I'm like, okay, I got this guy over here. Got the shotty right here, obviously, bruh. And you got that other woman here, and that woman has her kids with her, and there's just the guy sitting by himself at this table. I'm starting to realize there is like no one here. Is like on a count of my fingers, quite literally. Maybe with my like foot as well. Like 15 maximum people here for a party that was intended for like I don't know 50 people minimum. So like we also have like food too. It's like excess food too. So it's just like not really anyone's here. Damn, that's fucking sucky. And the vice president of the club, low key, I don't know why she did this shit, but like you look at the food, bro. Oh my god, bro. It's a fucking meat lover's nightmare, bro. There's no fucking meat. It's just fucking like salad and like fruit. But it's like very specific fruit because this chick is like big on allergies too. So it's like you be looking for like a Jersey sub or some shit like that. You be looking for a little bit of like that little salami, that Eckrich, that Krakus. You be looking for a little bit of any of that, like some like meat to put on your bones, bro. But like there's nothing, bro. It's just like fucking like pineapple, watermelon, and salad. Like I get it that you're allergic to like 50 things, but like at least give me some fun in my fucking life, bro. What the fuck is this choice of food? No wonder no one's showing up, bro. Like fuck. So it's a pretty dead party. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make the most of it though. I'm gonna make the most of it. I got another friend that also came in. I texted him. I was like, yo, bro, can you please come? We just need some more people. He's like, I bet, say less, cuz. I even know there was a party low key because here's the thing, they didn't even really advertise this, bro. They did a horrible job advertising this event. Like, I'm now like a more active member of this club since then, and I'm like helping them actually advertise shit now because this event had no one. It was kind of really fucking poorly advertised, really. I know I said that like 4 times, but I'm just really emphasizing it was badly advertised. I only heard about it literally when like came with the fine shoddy there, right? That's how I found out, but I didn't even know about it previously. Hence why like I was able to buy tickets only after that shit after I came in. So I'm constantly like looking around the room, bro. No one's here, but I see the shoddy. So like I see her. I'm like I'm staring at her a little bit. The song comes on, bro. You know my jam, bro. It's Say, bro. It's Say, bro. But guess what song I say? It's Smooth Operator, bro. I'm hitting them like Michael Jackson arm moves, bro. I'm hitting them shits, bro. And like I make my way towards her, like a little slowly. I'm looking at her eyes, and as I get closer to her, I'm like, I'm kind of my hands shake a little bit because I'm like, her eyes are just kind of like everywhere but me, and I'm like, damn. I mean, I guess. Damn, okay, I guess. And like another friend of mine comes and his brother's with him too. So like I'm like, oh, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? I dab up home. I also dab his brother up too. I know I'm friends with their mom, so like like their mom like gives me like free food. So I'm like, hey, this is a nice person, bro. I should reckon I'm not like homeless or anything. It's kind of come off like that. They just give me free food because it's like cheese that they have from like their neighbor that's like a farmer. He just gives them cheese and they have excess cheese and I just get excess cheese. So it's just kind of like that. And my fine shoddy, bro. She makes like eye contact with my homie's brother and my homie's brother I'll call bro Elto. So she makes contact with Elto, my homie's brother, and all of a sudden it's like they're just chatting up, bro. I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, okay, okay, okay. And my homie's seeing this a little bit, but he's like, oh nah, man, this is my brother's just like a nice guy. He talks to everyone. And my homie actually had his girlfriend with him too, so he's just really just talking to his girlfriend. And from there on, he's not really part of the story anymore. He's just kind of just present, I guess. Nice guy, nice guy. And back to Elto, Elto's talking to my date, man. I'm like, okay. I'm not like a jealous guy. I have trust in like the people I see, so I'm like, okay, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna go back to helping out with the party because there's still some more stuff to do. So I'm continuing to help out, and like they're just kind of my peripheral vision the whole time. Really, I'm just kind of like, man, they be talking up a lot, bro. And then the my homie, like she, not the guy. I'll give her a name. Or her name will be Evelyn. Evelyn is there. She drove my date because they're neighbors, and Evelyn's just like, "Hey, yo, you should go talk to your date. Just go talk to him." I'm like, nah, there's no need for that. I trust them. I trust them. I trust, but like, me and Evelyn, we be talking a bit. I find out Evelyn's actually like an artist too, so I'm like, hey yo, I love art, bro. We actually just generally talk a lot about art the whole time, man. Like I'm really vibing with Evelyn right now, bro. But I'm also like at the same time kind of like focused on my date because here's the thing about me. Like I might sound like I'm a promiscuous, like charismatic guy in the sense that I'm always like looking for a girl, which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of am nowadays, but if I am like dating a girl, I'm actually very loyal to that girl specifically. So like, while Evelyn and I are be talking, I'm really focused on my date. And then there's another girl that ends up joining. I'm not really gonna give her a name because she's not really that important. And she's low key just flirting with me the whole time because she just hears me talking about like poetry. She's like, "Oh, you're like an artist. Oh, that's so cool. So like, what do you like to do and stuff like that?" This chick is okay. I mean, I'm like I said though, I'm focused on my date because that's my priorities, bro. I'm here with the chick, bro. Like I'm not gonna just like abandon her. And like some of the music comes on, I'm like at this point in time, I can't really like dance because like low key, more people start coming in. I'd say there's now maybe like close to 20 people right now. So like I'm not chatting up with some of these other people. Like some of these people low key are actually good network opportunities that I now am using to like get clients and stuff for like my job, primarily in sales. So like that was pretty wise of me to do that. It's like I gotta get my bread up, bro. The money was coming in, so I had to kind of like take advantage of that really quick. But like during all of this though, my date never once came to me. And as I go back to send like some attention back to her in the sense that I'm like looking at her again, she's dancing with Elto. Nigga, the fuck? What? Why are they dancing together? Like, why are they dancing together? What's going on here? I don't like that. I don't like that. And then Evelyn's like, yo, Milkman, you should actually go talk to her, like low key, like actually go do that. And like my homie who I called to come here, he's on his way. He's leaving now. He's just like, yo, bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, twin. You might be cooked. I'm gonna go get you a cook chair. And he like laughs a little bit and he leaves. He's a cool guy, but he ends up leaving. The guy, uh, Elto's brother is still there. Another guy I know as well with his girlfriend, so he's chilling. He's still not part of the story. He's not that important at all here. And the girl I flirted with me also not important. So it's just me, Evelyn, my date, and Elto right now. That was like the main, focal points of this now. And like I see them dancing, bro, and I'm just like, okay, that's at one point it was kind of like, okay, maybe not. And like the song changes. Like remember we're all listening through a headband. It doesn't matter much. The song changes and it's like a slow song. And I kid you fucking not, they go outside together. Like I see them like it's like a long glass like wall of like this area that we're dancing in, right? You can see like the stars. It's like you can see like the star signs in the fucking size. I can like see like the little cupper from where I'm standing inside the building. So like it's just a huge fucking glass wall. It's like easily 3 stories tall. And then they go through like a door that is part of that wall. And they go outside, so I can still see them from inside the building from outside as well. And they're not like, you know, doing anything major, but like they're just like leaning in close to each other and just like looking up. And like my dumb ass is like, nah, I don't gotta do shit, bro. Nah. I trust Shawty, bro. She would never betray me, bro. She would never betray me, bro. She would never betray me, bro. She never betray me. She never betray me, bro. So, I mean, I'm just kind of like staring at this, like I'm like, I say that out loud, not like out loud jokingly, right? But you know, but like, shit, man, my legs are fucking shaking, man. Like my legs are fucking shaking in it. Like I feel cold, bro. Like, and I thought it was cold because it was outside, but like, it's like a shivering sensation in my body, man. And it's just like, yeah, yeah, no, I think this chick is actually like, I don't think this chick fucking likes me like that anymore. Like, it's like a switch, like flicked in her brain or something like that. Cause as they actually come back inside, I can kind of like see in her eyes a little bit. Like you know like when tall girls be like talking to some like short dude, bro, and they like kind of like be bucking out their hips a little bit. So now like they're like the same height or like slightly shorter than the guy. It's kind of like that, except you know Elto's taller than her. I'm actually like the same height as him too. I think I'm actually slightly taller, but not that important anyway. And, you know that's the case there. And I'm just kind of still watching, bro. I'm just like, damn, bro. She got like her head's tilted too. And it's like you know, I can like I look at her and I can like feel the weight that she's like giving off, and it's just like shit, man. The only time she ever looked at me like that is when I first met her. She hasn't looked at me like that since. Fuck. Is what Evelyn said to me, and she also looked at it. She's like, "Fuck, you might be cooked." I swear to God, I've never grown to hate a phrase such as "cooked." You might be cooked, because I generally felt like heat was bubbling at my feet while the cold was pushing it down. And later during that event, you know, I'm already just kind of like, I tried to, at this point, I'm actually now like going up to her and trying to talk to her. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on a little bit? Of course, I'm not outright saying, oh, yo, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, yo, can I like say something? And she's like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just give me one moment. Just give me one moment. And she like, I'm like, okay, I'm a nice guy. I'm like, okay, bet, say less. And like, she like does something, and then instead of coming to me to like like hey come back to like figure out what I want to ask, she just goes back to Elto and just starts talking to him again. I'm like, what the fuck? And this happens like two more times, and at this point I'm actually just getting fucking irritated as fuck. I'm like literally like trying not to get mad, and I'm at this point it's nearing the end of the whole event. I'm like helping clean up and shit, and like she loses something, and like being a good fucking soy boy I am, I got this fucking soy child here. I go fucking looking for it, bro. I can't fucking find that shit, bro. I'm actually like genuinely looking for that shit. I'm checking under everything, and Elto apparently also invested enough to also look for it too, I guess. So we're both kind of looking, and no, I actually kind of realized, no bad blood, because between me and because I've actually spoken to him a few times in the past, because we both been at the university for like the same amount of time, and he's actually a chill dude. He's a chill guy, but like yeah, don't talk to him that much though, enough to really know him that well, I guess. So yeah, we'd be looking for it together, and he kind of stops looking for it, but I still look for it because I'm like, hey, I'm trying to prove something here at this point, at least to myself, because it's a movement to like prevent me from like just standing like a fucking cuck and watching that shit. I get to move around, so I'm just like walking around in circles at the point. At some point I kind of realize I'm not even looking for it anymore. I'm literally just walking just to walk and like clear my mind more. And I still see them as I like circle around, and it's just like and just be talking, and like I kind of overhear her, and she's just like, "Hey, can I have your number?" And he's like, "Oh, of course you can." He gives her a number, and she's like, "Expect me to call you every second of the way home." And when I say call, I meant to say text. Yeah. I hear that shit. And I'm just like, my heart fucking drops, bro. I'm like, oh my, hey, what? What did I just hear? What did I just hear? And Evelyn, she makes direct eye contact with me. She's like, her eyes are like beaming. Like, you just heard that? Did you just hear that? I'm like, yeah, I heard that shit. The fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? I, I generally don't know how to react to that. I was fucking stunned hearing that. And you know, Alto, he ends up leaving, but it was only kind of like temporarily. But in the time that he was gone, I was like trying to talk to her again. She's like, "Oh, I'm tired. I'm tired. I can't talk to you right now. I'm tired." Something like that. I did as pop a big old fucking balloon next to her ass. Mostly because I just want to do it intentionally, but I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, haha, I'm so sorry." I was fucking mad. I wanted to do that shit. I ain't gonna hold you. I wanted that. I wanted to do that shit. And yeah, she's like, "Oh my god, please don't do that." I'm like, "Ah, yeah, sure, I won't do that again. Sure." I'm helping clean up at this point with all the other stuff now. I'm pissed. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of holding that shit in for the most part. And then all of a sudden, she's like, "Hey, did you guys catch his name? I kind of forgot his name. I just want to put it in for my contacts." I hear this shit. I'm just like, "Is this bitch serious? Is this bitch serious?" And like, like some fucking magical being must have been listening from the fourth dimension, because fucking Elto comes back all of a sudden. He's like, "Hey guys, I forgot something." And he like comes to the table right next to her, and she's just like, "Hey, can you give me your name?" And he's like, "Oh, of course. Tell me why the bro gets on like one fucking knee next to her and like grabs her and grabs like the back of her chair and is just like, "Hey, so spell out my name. It's ELTO. Say it with me now. ELTO." And he's like, "Can I have your name, please?" And she's like, I'm not gonna name drop her obviously, but she says her name, and it's just like, I'm like, why the fuck am I still standing here, bro, and just like watching this shit? Because I'm like, literally, kid you not, like 5 feet away from this, just staring downwards, just watching this all happen. And man, bro, I'm not gonna, I shouldn't make threats like that, bro, but like, you could probably guess, like, if I was King Von, man, everyone in that building, bro, that's all, enough said. Enough said right there. That's the type of emotions I was feeling right there, man. I was so fucking mad just seeing this right in front of me, man. Like like the cuck chair joke my friend made right before he left earlier was like, it was like a little infuriating. But now, because now I'm seeing this shit in front of me, like 5 feet away, watching the girl I'm dating, literally like get flirted with the guy, and she's accepting and basically flirting back with him, is essentially just sitting in a fucking cuck chair, like literally. And I'm just like, what the fuck am I watching? I don't want to. I didn't consent to this shit. The fuck? I was genuinely fucking mad. And like, Miss I'm tired to speak gets up and fucking hugs him, bro, for like a really fast hug, and then he just like leaves. Man, there's more to the story, by the way. I'm not even done. I got like an extra like maybe like 15 to 20 minutes on here, bro. So I'm just like, yeah, nah. I'm like, hey everyone, you all take care. You all take care. Bro, I had to leave, bro. Everyone's just like, "Oh, yeah, you take care. You take care, man." Bro, I was like literally 5 seconds from like clocking someone, bro. I was like Timmy Tough Knuckles, bro. I was literally about to do something devious, bro. Like I had to leave, bro. I walked to my car. I never felt so much like heat. Like I said earlier, I said there was heat at my feet that was like being pressed by the cold that of my shyness, my timidness to like say something because from what I was seeing earlier. As soon as I started walking out that building, my whole body was like, I was sweating in like fucking super cold. I didn't have a jacket on, bro, but I was sweating. Like I was really, really feeling that energy, bro. I got in my car, and my ass was just fucking yelling. And I had to do, I got, I reverse parked my bitch, right? So I just simply just drove out. And I went all the way down the parking lot, reparked, and I just fucking screamed inside my car with the windows up, bro. I was so fucking mad. That shit was like irritating me to an insane degree, bro. Like really was. It really was. And then after that day, things completely changed between me and Sid. So like, I'm watching her, just like kind of like from a distance, like a fucking like soy boy. I'm kind of still texting her, but I remember, ironically, the day this all happened, like the dance, I'm texting her, and she doesn't respond to me like at all, like not even a single response. Actually, wait, no, I think she did respond to me, but it was like hours afterwards. It was hours afterwards. I just literally asked, "Hey, can you text me when you get home, please?" I didn't say please, but that was probably something I would have added, right? And she said, "Yeah, of course, sure, I will." She never told me when she got home, bro. She never did. Like that hours, fam. But you know who she was texting? According to my friend Evelyn, she was texting Elto the whole entire fucking car ride, apparently. Like she said earlier, she would do, and she really did mean that shit, because she really was doing that. And man, bro, I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm so disappointed in myself because I still like talked to her after this event. Obviously, I think it was just kind of like more of a shock value to me because remember, this is my first time dating someone, so like, I'm like, nah. She didn't really mean to do that to me. She didn't really mean to do that to me, bro. She didn't really mean to do something like that to me. That'd be fucked up. That'd be evil. That'd be fucking evil, bro. But like, when I started meeting her in person, ever since then, it's like, at first it's still like somewhat mostly warm, and like, whenever like Elto's mentioned, right, it was like a weird switch going off in her brain. And like I said, I read a book on ADHD, and this was around the time I did, and I kind of realized with people with ADHD have like something like hyperfixations, kind of like people with autism, except it's like really fast changes. It's like a almost like limerence, if you know what that is. It's basically like when you idolize a person. Like people with ADHD tend to have a lot of limerence pretty easily, so like they'll like someone a lot, and then something can happen or literally nothing, and they'll just completely switch complete lemons to a different person entirely, bro. So like that sensation when I said like she looked at me a certain way when I first met her, but then gave that same look to that guy and then, was different around me. Exactly what happened, man. And exactly what happened, at this point in this time, because she just keep mentioning about Alta. I'll be like some of like mutual friends would be like, damn, this bitch only talks about this Alta nigga, bro. What the fuck? Like it was like a thing she was always talking about, man. And like, we'd like hug each other prior to that, because remember it was moving fast originally a little bit, but like after that she's kind of like a bit more hands to herself a little bit. And remember at this time I was also like pretty hands to myself. She was more of the touchy person to begin with. I was just trying to be like, yeah, I'm gonna like start breaking my touch barrier and try to get used to touching people. She was already touchy with people, so it's kind of like that. But like it was weird because she just suddenly just like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna give you a hug. He was like a side hug and shit, like stuff like that. I was like, okay, that's fine. Like I'm dating a girl, so like I'm happy with that. Yay! Even if I have second thoughts about it currently. And at this point in time, it was a very mixed bag of emotions. Because on one hand, I still liked her a lot, like right. But on the other hand, I generally fucking despised her. Like I thought she was a piece of shit human being. But that side was kind of like hindered on the aspect that I was like, what if she didn't potentially mean it like that? Maybe I'm just overthinking things, right? I'm overthinking things. Maybe she doesn't like him like that, right? She doesn't like him like that, right? And then a few days later, at a club meeting, a different club entirely, I overhear her talk about, interest in people, and she's like, "Oh, I really like this guy right now. His name's Elto." It's like, damn, bitch. I'm like, damn, bitch. That autism can't be that bad for her to just say that shit out so casually, bro. So, Oh wait, no, I'm misremembering that. No, she gives hints that she is like interested in someone, but it's not me basically. So at the point, I'm like, okay, yeah, but I have to get confirmation. I need her to say that shit out loud. I need to say Alto out loud for me to get it, right? So I'm kind of just like waiting for that part in time. And while I'm doing this, I'm gonna go grab some water. And while I'm waiting for her to like kind of like admit that she is currently in love with Elto, I'm also simultaneously trying to get better at like reading the situation and making sure I'm not just wasting my time with this chick. So like I'm kind of just like playing my cards simplistically, not trying to overdo anything here and there. So I'm just basically just trying to be like giving her the benefit of the doubt while also knowing that likely it's not going to be the case at all. I'm basically like Dokes on this like little case right now for the most part, and I do find out, right? I do find out that yeah, it really was a love interest. I find out at this like event where I'm playing condom balloons. Quick context on that. Uh, they were talking about sexual education there to a bunch of college people. So I guess maybe there's like college age pregnancies, which I guess is a good thing if you think about it. But yeah, there was condom balloons there, and yeah, the people were like throwing them back and forth. I guess I don't know who the fuck blew up a condom balloon, but it landed near me, and I hit that back like a volleyball, and I got like fucking like condom liquid lubricant on my fucking hand, bro. It was gross as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie. And that's how I find out about her liking Elto, because she's talking to a group of people, right? And like they're like getting like emotional or some shit like that, like hugging each other, which I find kind of like anger inducing, because like this chick kind of stopped hugging me low key. So I'm like, wait, what? And she randomly brings up like, oh yeah, no. Ever since I've been to university, no one's really asked me out ever, right? No one's really asked me out ever. But like, there's this one guy I really like. I'm like, and like I said, remember the two sides of me. I'm like, that first side is like, hey, maybe she's talking about me. Maybe she, maybe all this stuff is just like over my head. I was just overthinking it, right? And she says out loud, it's like, oh, his name is Elto. I'm like, you stupid fucking bitch. You literally could have just said, oh yeah, it was Milkman, and I've been like, oh yeah, I forgive you. All hope is forgiven. And she said this like she was looking the opposite direction. I was standing directly behind her. Like I was standing literally just right behind her when she said this too. I was like, damn, bro, you can't trust these thoughts, bro. You can't trust these thoughts, man. And Evelyn was also in this group. And I kind of didn't really bring it up, but like me and Evelyn at this point in time have been actually talking a lot since, because like she was literally a plus witness to literally everything that's happened so far. And Loki, she actually had my back through everything, bro. She was like, "Hey man, I got you if you need to talk to him." She was a very solid person to have in my corner during all this. And I hear that, and I'm like, ah, hell no, I ain't taking this shit no more. Fuck this. So right after that meeting, she's like walking with these group of people. I'm like, yo, I need to talk to you for a second. Like in a stern ass voice. I wasn't shy this time. I was like, nah, I need to fucking talk to you for a second right now. She's like, oh, okay. What about it? And she's like looking at me with like some like doe ass eyes. Like she looked shy and like a little afraid. I'm pretty sure she probably knew exactly what I wanted to fucking talk about too. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. And I'm like, yo, let's go pick a spot to go talk about this really quick. And I knew that she had like panic attacks and shit, so I made sure to pick a spot where I can kind of like low key run if I need to. It's kind of crazy to admit that I had to pick a spot where I could kind of just run. So there's like the little U curve area and like this dining hall. So that's where I took her. It was still a public spot, obviously. I'm not taking her anywhere private. I don't want anything coming out from that. And it's like people she recognized. And I was like, oh hello. I'm like, I see she recognized someone. I'm like, low key. I was like, hey, if you want to move, you can. She's like, oh, I mean, it's gonna be fine. You said it was gonna be quick. I was like, okay, yeah, suit yourself. Because I realized, low key, if I do this in front of her, into someone that she knows, it's not gonna, be well for her socially. I was already at that point. I didn't give a fuck. I literally just wanted her, like, to kind of suffer a little bit. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. So, all right, yeah. So I'm confronting her. I'm like, yo, for real. I've been thinking about our status, like when it comes to us dating, and I'm gonna be 100% with you. I think we should let rest for now. because because of work, I'm gonna be kind of busy. I was thinking about doing a second, date for winter, but winter might be in the way, so it's gonna be stagnant enough to let it rest. And then she's like asking for just a little bit more information. And then so I just kind of like ask her really quick, like, like, you remember when I asked you out? And she's like, oh yeah, of course I remember when you asked me out. It was one of the nicest times. It was a really nice time when you asked me out. I really felt happy about that. Keep in mind, like 10 minutes from her saying this, she said no one ever asked her out. So you could tell immediately, like when I heard that shit, I was like, oh, okay, you're stupid as fuck. You're actually just stupid as shit. You just admitted that you just lied. Like, okay then. So yeah, I hear that. I'm like, okay, I kind of stopped holding back a little bit. I'm like, all right, yeah, nah. You said pretty hurtful things to me. I don't think I ever want to, be talking to you anymore. Just to sum it down. I was like I said, this chick, I know her for having like a panic attack as well because she told me about that. So I was like, I had to choose my words really carefully here. I could have said really hurtful things. I really could have if I really wanted to. You're talking to someone that literally has written descriptive novellas, bro. If I really wanted to be extremely hurtful in a dramatic ass way, I really could be if I needed to. But I opted not to. Just I knew it just wouldn't end well. If I'm just like a dude standing in front of a girl that's literally having a panic attack, that's not gonna fucking end well at all, my boy. So just gotta choose my words wisely and just kind of like be strong with it, keep my frame with it. And then like after I said that shit, she's like, I'm really sorry I did that to you, Milkman. Do you want to be friends still with like the most like nervous looking face ever? And like I said, bro, I really wanted to avoid the possibility of her having like a fucking mental breakdown. So I just said yeah, and I just like kept it pushing, and I immediately just left right after saying that. Cause like I was just like, just in case she does, I need to fucking leave. I need to be out of here for that. She just kind of like stays there for a bit, and I just leave, bro. I see my homie, and like low key, I was about to fucking cry, man. Like man, I don't cry at all, and that's the crazy part. I don't really cry. I'm not saying like real men don't cry or anything. I just generally just don't cry. Like I don't know what it is. I just have like a hard time like accepting certain emotions. Like even when it comes to romance, like I'm not like the most like expressionate person when it comes to romance, but I really want to be able to do that. You know what I mean? So I really want to be in a position where I can. And I started realizing at some point that the girl that I liked was just a projection. Like a projection that, oh no, she wouldn't really do that to me, but in reality that wasn't her, man. It really wasn't her. And when she said, "Can we just be friends?" That was like a clear sign that this chick fucking lost all attraction to me already and was completely 100% on the Alto train, bro. So yeah, man. I mean, yeah, I guess. And I did say yes, and I wanted to just avoid the awkwardness to it, but like honestly, it's kind of weak. I could have just been like no. I kind of some part of me just kind of would be like, yeah, man. I wish I said no, but for the most part, at least I got closure. She could have just fucking ghosted me entirely, right? And I would have never gotten closure unless I confronted her in person. But then if I confronted her in person, I guarantee you it's gonna be with a group of people. So it'd be way harder to get her like alone for me to do something like that, right? So yeah. And after that, it was super awkward ever seeing her. Like at first, I was like, I kind of avoided her, and then the second stage was like me making kind of fun of her. Like I'd see her and I'd like say her name out loud from like a distance, and she'd just fucking squirm like crazy, bro. And I'd laugh my ass off. That shit was so fucking funny. And then I realized it was kind of childish though, so I stopped doing that shit. Cause like I said, I gotta keep my frame, bro. The huzz see me like fucking bullying the girl I used to date. They're gonna think I'm a fucking loser, bro. So I stopped doing that shit because I also realized myself that I don't want to be a fucking loser doing that shit anyway. Yeah. And I see them together in the future as well. So I'm like, damn, maybe she won. But the more I see them, the more I kind of low key realize that Elto looks like he doesn't really like her that much. like, I never really noticed it until now, but like from the very start, like the guy Elto, like he was just kind of like just being friendly to everyone, including her as well. and he's also like kind of autistic, so he's like kind of doing too much sometimes, like the whole like doing all that extra shit. But like I see him other places too. He's just always like super high energy and doing shit like that. So I guess he just really just treats everyone like that. And he looked actually like kind of tired of her. Like he just kept like there was like an event that he was hoping do up, and she was just there to just try and talk to him. And bro like kept finding things to do where he could just be on the opposite side of the room from her. Like I noticed that shit, bro. I was like, ah, damn. I see how it is. And during this time period too, this is like a while later after all like the whole events. I'm just stacking the money, bro. I'm just like focusing on that, trying to like just do good in school. I'm talking to Evelyn. Fun fact, me and Evelyn are now currently dating, so yeah, that's cool. You would have thought the girl that had my corner is now the girl I'm currently seeing. I actually really fuck with her, bro. That's the story for another time, though. I might make another video regarding that, but yeah, that was basically the whole story up till now. I do occasionally see the shoddy that I was dating, and last I can remember, she like changed her major to to the same thing that Elto was doing. So like she would basically have like the same classes as him and shit, which is I'm not gonna lie, that shit is actually really fucking weird, and I don't know why she did that shit. That's like not a good idea because I've seen her around like the campus prior to that, so I mean like I'm assuming like she had some classes that transferred over, but like based on the amount of time I've seen her, before I like asked her out, right? Like probably give her like maybe 2 more semesters, she would have just graduated. But she just basically just reset her shit just to get closer to this guy. Like I guess I guess like okay, just do that I guess. I don't know how that's gonna end for her, but yeah, but that's basically the end of the story with that. So yeah, there are some things I didn't really mention, but they just weren't that important. Like her having like her having like a friend that she drops off like every day. It's like this one guy, he's her like male friend, or he has like a girlfriend. Everything. He doesn't have a car, so he like catches a ride from her basically every single fucking day. That guy's an interesting dude. He's interesting. Yeah, he isn't, and they don't seem like a bad guy. Oh, and she seems to have picked up someone I met when I first started university. Like P, just give her the name P. This girl I met when I first started university, P. This chick was a fucking energy vampire. She almost ruined like a couple of my friend groups, bro. And I see the girl I was dating like talking to this chick now, so like I like to believe that people can change and that P is probably like, not an energy vampire anymore. But can I confirm that for sure? Fuck no. So I mean like yeah, it could be fucking bad for him. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that's the story. And it's probably like an hour long talk, low key. But I've just been kind of wanting to like kind of like structure it out and like take my time telling the story from my perspective a bit more. So yeah, that should be everything, man. Time to go play some Marvel Rivals now, or probably go to sleep because I have stuff to do tomorrow morning. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoy yourselves. Thank you for listening to me. You guys take care, twin. And remember, you can't trust these thoughts, bro. Play it right. Deal the cards. Win this shit. Get that money. Ka-chow.